Hi, so in this video we will be discussing how to know if an academy is right for you. There are many martial arts gyms opening up these days, and having some little guidelines of things to be aware of when you're entering an academy, like the rules that you might encounter and the equipment you might need especially. These things will be of use to you right when you are deciding if this academy is the right place. The first point we will discuss is the rules and etiquette that you tend to see in your martial arts academies. So one of your most basic ones is not have your shoes on the mat, as that would be a cleanliness issue and it would result in more infections potentially, and then more time off the mat as the team is potentially exposed to something. But another rule or etiquette is that higher belts will tend to be treated sometimes differently in the academy. So for instance, when we do lineup procedures for a formal picture, higher belts tend to be on one side of the picture and lower belts tend to be on the other. So lower belts might be in the back and higher belts in the front, or it might be a left to right thing, but there might be some kind of procedure for higher belts. Another is that with your different academies, some academies will have your higher belts on one side of the room for the rolls and lower belts will be on the other side. What you'll find is that higher belts can focus a lot more on stand-up techniques in your grappling scenarios. Lower belts tend to be a lot more ground focused, and the issues between the two is that with your higher belts doing a standing technique, say a throw, if they're doing it here and the lower belt is doing their grounding technique here, then there's that ultimate, there could be that ultimate issue of the higher belt throwing someone into the lower belt. This is also the case when it comes to rolling, as higher belts can also start in a standing position and lower belts usually tend to start more on the ground. And if higher belts are doing more of the wrestling based standing techniques and lower belts are rolling right beside them on the ground, then that's another source of potential issue. Next, another thing to consider when you're talking about whether or not to join an academy is their promotion system. So sometimes an academy will promote their students based off of time spent on the mat. Another potential source of promotion is a formal test. With these formal tests, they're kind of neat, as you can invite your family and friends and take this test and potentially get your promotion and be in front of all the people you care about. Other gyms will do a combination of the two. So for instance, if you want to test for, say, your blue belt in jiu-jitsu, you have to both be a part of the academy for 2 years and also be able to take the formal test. You have to schedule it, but you're only able to schedule the formal test after that 2-year constraint. And that can also be seen in some academies. That can also be a process. The last little bit concerning rules are that some academies will have different thoughts towards profanity. So they won't allow you to curse or have strict rules against cursing. This is sometimes due to the fact that they try to market themselves as a family-oriented place, or also they might have a kids class coming in right after the adults class or right before. And so if a bunch of the adult participants are cursing and then a bunch of kids come in, then that's a horrible look and will take away from their business. So I would be very wary of doing this cursing thing initially, I would take notice of the culture of the room in advance, and then as you get more comfortable with knowing how things are done, then you can just kind of mirror what everyone else is doing. But it's just something to be aware of as you're just starting out a place. Something to consider on the business's end when you're going to an academy is how clean they have this academy. How much of an impact in that way are you seeing? So are they cleaning the mats after every session, or do they have their cleaning procedures listed? It's a very important concern because it's not just like a commercial gym where you can clean your own things, and if you find a bench press that you want to use, you can wipe it off in advance. With a jiu-jitsu academy, you're dealing with a mat space, and that's kind of on that academy to have some kind of cleaning procedure in place. If this cleaning procedure isn't being done, then it risks the whole team's health, because if someone gets an infection, potentially a staph infection, then the whole team can be in jeopardy and have to take a lot of time off because these mats will need a thorough cleaning afterwards. Also, they need to have some kind of cleaning procedure for any equipment used. Like, say, with loaner gis, your gi is your martial arts uniform. And with a lot of businesses, a lot of academies, they will loan these gis out to you. So with these loaner gis, you will want to make sure that they are being cleaned. And if they are not, then that should be a source of discomfort for you, because this could easily get you sick. And it could get you sick or your other members sick. So an unfortunate consequence of being in such close proximity to other members in this martial arts school is that you could really develop some potential serious illness if, like, the gym isn't being cleaned as it should. But those have been my thoughts on this topic, and I hope you have enjoyed this continuation of a beginner themed content. I'm hoping to continue making more videos in this kind of vein, and ultimately putting them all in a playlist so you can view them one after the other. And I think that'll be of use to everyone considering joining a martial arts academy and deciding if one in particular is the right fit for them. But I hope you have enjoyed, and take care.